Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we're going to have a look at a map I've had on the back burner for a couple of weeks. It came out roughly about the same time as my map, which as you know was a volcano map with the lava on it. Well, I knew that this map was going to be a volcano map and people have been speaking very highly of it, so I knew I had to do it, but I didn't want to do it too close to mine. I didn't want them to sort of like get mixed in with each other, both being volcanoes, although this is extinct, based on a real life location up in Washington State in the United States of America. Now, if you're extinct and you want to explode, there is a best way of doing so. All you need to do is reach over and basically erupt all over the like button. That's right, erupting over the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you for taking the time. Today's map is St Helens, a Vulcan Idyll by Seawolf 77079. Now we have done Seawolf just the once in the past. Let's have a look at that start square. There we go, a little bit of networking to get you started there. And they got, that was episode 506, they got 11 stars that time. There's your terrain heights. It's not a very flat map, but there's plenty of flat locations to work with. And then the resources, we're using oil for snow on this map. We've got fertile land to play with and a few patches of ore as well. Off to the workshop, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one, as well as 50 plus other items. Some of them are basically, duplicates, I would suggest. We have got no radioactive desert more and hide it, where you only really need hide it if you're going to have both of those. There is a bit of a list going on here. We'll be using the St Helens theme, a custom-made theme for this map by Seawolf, and the Clarity LUT in today's show. And then there's all of this to subscribe to, and dare I say, more. But we'll get to that as the show goes on. Okay, the map entices. I've got to say, the map really does say to me, look, right from the off here, you want to build here, don't you? It's not going to be an easy one. Lots of small villages, small towns and hamlets, that kind of thing. First bit of interest is down here. We've got this dirt track down here, traffic coming down here. Why would traffic come down here? There's a question. Obviously, it's like a viewing point, a little tourist destination. Let's speed the traffic up and see what is going on. That car has done a full loop and it's going somewhere. Let's have a look at this viewing platform first of all. Quite interesting. Got a really good panoramic view all the way around. I quite like that. Much better than just the dead end ones that we normally see. Got another car coming down here. This is interesting. This doesn't look like start of map traffic to me. This looks a bit deeper. Now, is it traffic coming this way or traffic? I guess it's traffic coming from behind us. Let's have a look. Yeah, the white car's just gone in that way as well. I'm thinking that we've got cars basically doing this as a U-turn going back off the end of the map. This could cause some problems in the long term, but then it's not the closest parts to the start square. It is out the way and you may not even unlock it if you're playing in vanilla rules. Next bit, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like these pillars. I know I've got no desire for these pillars at all, and I think they really don't work with this particular bridge. Yeah, we've got brickwork, no trespassers, bless you. I mean, they look good, don't get me wrong. I think in the right environment they would work really well. I just, on this map with the roads that are being used, I'm not buying into them at all, I'm afraid. But hey, that's just a personal thing. You can all disagree with me, that's fine. They do say in the description of the map that you might want to use Traffic Manager Present Edition to sort out a few sticky spots, and the answer to that is yes. I think you might want to do that, and possibly more as well. But there is definitely some stop-start going on here. By the way, that fountain in the middle, that's an animated fountain. It's very, very attractive, and I'll say the link to it is obviously on the Steam page for the map. Anyway, we've got traffic shortcutting using that right there. I think Seawolf's tried to fix it by shortcut into traffic, but it hasn't actually fully fixed it. But it was a good effort. But yes, little nod to Traffic Manager Present Edition. Use that and you can basically free up your traffic much easier. Now we've got a little bit of a bow. It's not quite a jinky janky. It's more of a winky wonky, this one, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit of a bow in the road. If we go in to move it and have a little look, you'll see the bend in the segment. I'll open that up. There you go. That's there. Let me straighten that up a little bit. Centered as well. And that's fixed. That's very strange. Don't know how how you can manage to do that, but it's we're all human. Well, I know Seawolf is human. Anyway, down to Start Square. This is your main junction in Start Square. That might be causing some problems later on as well. And over here, if we pull back here, you get a good view of it all. We have got the asset of the day. This one, BoldlyBuilding. Haven't done anything from BoldlyBuilding for a long time. Worth having a look at the Groverhaus by BoldlyBuilding. A very nice cladded house here. And we'll do a factoid because we haven't got very long in today's segment today. Peruvian Incas even, wash their bodies in llama urine to ward off evil spirits. I don't know if they still do that now, but maybe they do. But llama urine could be harvested for the Incans if you want to start up a little side business there. Anyway, Groverhaus by BoldlyBuilding. Nice this. Very nice. Good work again. Good to see you back on the workshop, Boldly. And we'll go back down to the roads and have a look at pillar. Now this pillar, not only do I not like the pillar, I don't like the location of the pillar there. Is it centered? Is it I'd rather have one on either side actually. Let me quickly do that one, see if that looks any better. But yeah, it just looks a bit lonely there, and well, I'm going to say unattractive. I just don't really... Lonely and unattractive is the story of my life. Anyway, yes, we have got a couple of pillars there looking... I mean, yeah, they could be straightened up, and there's more work that can be... There's always more work to be done when I do a quick in-game fix on what map, but I think I prefer that to how it was. Got a little highway barrier alongside here, and it does look like somewhere that you'd probably have one in real life. Does look a little bit precarious. Not the biggest drop, but I wouldn't want to drop off of there. Not accidentally anyway. Maybe on purpose. We'll follow the road onwards and through the trees. I think the trees on this map are the big selling point. The big selling point, definitely. Good mix. There might be a lot of things to subscribe to, but I think the trees are definitely being well selected and well used as well. Don't mind the pillar placements on that one. Still don't like the pillars, but I don't mind the pillar placements at all. And people are going to tell me Washington State, all the pillars are like that. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Doesn't mean that I can not like them, you know. It's a me thing. It's a me thing. I'm not going to mark down the pillars, by the way. I'm just saying I don't like them. Don't like them. Don't want them. Get rid of them. Okay, down here we have got a little nod to industrial area. Now, it's not everybody's favourite factory. It's a workshop factory. It's a great little factory. I don't think it adds anything to the map, but in the same way that everybody's favourite factory doesn't add anything to the map ever. It's just there to be deleted. It's a little nod to say this is where I think you should have an industrial area. And so, Seawolf, we will have an industrial area there, but on your recommendation. If there's a factory there, it must be an industrial area, right? Okay, the road emerges from tunnel, bridge tunnel, back out here. Jinky janky. Now, a little bit of a jinky janky there. That could be just curved off slightly. And then we've got another bridge. And then down here, we've got a roundabout. And this is a nice one. Got to say, does need a little bit of sprucing up. I'll show you in a second what I mean. But yeah, we've got this column in the middle. Column looks great. Look at that. And nice detailing around the outsides as well. We've just got a little encroaching rock work onto the highways, which I'm pretty sure they're just assets that we can just pick a couple off. Let me move it. Oh, come on. Thank you. And yeah, in fact, I might just hit the delete button. There we go. Hit the, now hit the delete button. I don't know if anybody else has this, but I quite often have to click on something 3 times to get the game to respond and to do what I'd like it to. But there we go. Right, that's fixed, and I think that looks just a little bit better. Slight jinky janky there, but not a huge issue. Nice little tunnel through there. Network extensions 2 tunnels, so nicely rendered. And then we go off into the fog. Now, if we were to do a U-turn right about here, we've got the rail. And if I do it from a little bit further back, we can go past an item of interest. Those of you who watch the show regularly will know that the item of interest is, of course, the essential lighthouse. Now, I'm not entirely sure we really need a lighthouse here, but it's probably more of a nod to this show than it is actually a requirement for the map. So thank you, Seawolf, for popping it in there. It is in the fog. You're not going to get marked down for that at all. We'll talk about catenaries in a moment. You probably noticed a couple that are really close together there, but we'll look at those in a moment because I do want to talk very briefly about catenaries. But perfectly nice bridge along here. Oh, look, better columns. Pillars, sorry. Pillars, not columns. And vanilla pillars. I don't know, sometimes, oh, look, got some tunnel glitching going on here. But yeah, sometimes the vanilla assets are actually better than the custom assets. Can you believe that? Does that drop a little bit under the ground there? I think it does a little bit. Anyway, we'll follow this line along. And down here, oh, we've got some water and power provisos for the assets that are in place already. Now we've got a long underground tunnel here. I'm okay with this, actually. This makes a bit of sense, actually, as it pops out over here. Although the tunnel exit, it looks a little bit glitchy around the back end here. But still, I like the route it's taken. It's making a lot of sense to me. And then we'll nip through another tunnel here. And that'll emerge over here. Now, catenaries. Right, we notice we've got two really close together, followed by a third one there. Then we've got two right next to each other here. And a big gap, and a big gap opposite as well, you might notice there and there. I'm actually going to be doing a tutorial on how to prevent this from happening. A little nod to Wellington6012, who was the one who's actually answered it a couple of times in the comments. And I think it's about time that I'm actually put their words of wisdom into a video. So thanks for the feedback on that, Wellington. I'll be advising people how to avoid that happening in their map builds as well. Anyway, heading off towards the edge of the map now, which means, and a nice route as well, which means we can take a short intermission, come back and do the shipping, because there is shipping on this map.
Do you have trouble knowing how to start a new city? Do you need to return to the absolute basics just this once? Don't worry, I won't tell. Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to Your First City. Click the information button now.
And so shipping routes, we have one. It's fine. It takes a sensible route and it stops in the right place. It does a loop back though. It doesn't really need to loop back. It could just dead end right there. It doesn't make any difference at all. And when I say it stops in the right place, you go, well, couldn't it go further? Well, not really. Not really. Got a little bit of a falls going on here. So that's about as far as you're going to be able to go with the shipping. Water flow. Right, we're going to take the longest route on the water flow and go down past the start square. Starts up there as a water source, comes down through these lovely windy mountainous rivers. I like these. This is good work again. And then it gets wider and stronger and wider and merges in. River work is excellent, by the way. River work is excellent. Down past the start square, lovely. Merges in together and then it gets big and bold and it goes off all the way over here. And I'm happy with all of that. Yep, I can live with that. Good work. Nice rivers. Overall, yeah, the rivers are great. I'm loving the terrain. In fact, a lot of this I like. I'm not massively sold on the networking, but it's not awful. It's not awful. There will be a little bit of stop-start traffic here and there. I suppose we should look at the elephant in the room, the volcano. And there it is. Got a real feel for the red rock going on there, the snow around the outside. I've got to say that the snow highlights the fact that we have got a little bit of digitization where it's been taken from the terrain party map, and yeah, it just needs a little bit of smoothing out in places. Mostly, I'll say, highlighted where the snow is. But all told, I think it's a magnificent piece of work. That volcano looks amazing. In fact, the whole map really does pop for me. We've got water source there. Look at that snow melt water source. Little river coming down here. Interesting little spot here. We've got some steam coming up. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be spray from the waterfall or those red rocks there being volcanic. Not sure either way. I think it's supposed to indicate that they're volcanic rocks. yeah, I think I'd prefer them to have been spray from the waterfall, to be honest with you. But either way, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? What more have we got? We've got lots. We've got lots of build spaces around here. Lots of areas that you can actually get into. We've also got a castle. Oh, it's a castle. Only it's not a vanilla castle. It's a custom castle. Now we can follow this line of trees here, which you think probably would have a road or a footpath or something connected alongside either side of them, but we're not seeing one. And then we get this bridge, which is not connected to anything, which tells me that there probably should be. And that provoked me to actually open up the loading screen mod report. And there was a list of assets that are used in the map that are not actually there. I mean, some of these are a one click, like the mossy boulders would be one click. But there is definitely some stuff missing from the map. And so I'm afraid because there is missing stuff, there will have to be a loss of a star when we get to the detailing. Even though the detailing is of a very high standard on this map. But if there's stuff missing, well, I don't know what to say really. Still looks great. I think it's a great choice of castle as well. A little bit of work with the castle though. I do like the way that this connects up beautifully. I mean, that matches up perfectly. Well done for that. But then we've got some windows which are under soil level down here. Then if we go around here, we've got another doorway which you need a ladder. You just need a ladder or another one of those walkways maybe. And then over here we've got some windows again which are just underneath the soil level. So it's kind of brilliant and kind of almost not quite there. It's one of those almost, you know. I like the idea and I think it's been very well located. I would buy into that castle location. So very nice water detailing as well. I've got to say the rivers, again, for me, a highlight of this particular map. And the terrain, all told, actually, is a highlight for me. Not a big city build, but lots of potential for ideas. I just think I'd remove a lot of the networking, personally. But yes, where were we? Right, so we're trying to find a location. A location for a thumbnail. It looks good, doesn't it? Look at this. Look at this map. It looks really good. So what do you think of the map though? What do you think? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. It really does count, you know. Your vote really does count, yeah. It's very important. Make sure you voted. Okay, right. What do I think? I think a bit higher so we don't have the volcano covered by that tree. I think aesthetically it looks really good. It does look really good. It's not quite 5 stars because there are areas that could be improved upon, like the little bit smoothing on the side of the volcano in places, but it's still very nice, still 4 stars. Detailing, I was gonna very comfortably give this 4 stars for detail until it turned out there are details missing. And quite a few of them. And considering we've subbed to 50 odd items already, it's a bit of a downer. I'm going to give 3 stars for detail. It's a high 3 and would have been 4. Gameplay potential, okay, right, I'm going to give this 4 stars. It could be a 3-star map. It's a lot of questions with the traffic flow, but St. Helens, a Vulcan Idyll by Seawolf 77079 entices me to want to play it. And I probably would be very happy to rebuild highways where I didn't like them. So I'm gonna do that. But I can't give it the seal of approval because of all of the missing assets. If those assets were on the list, I'd have to reconsider. Depends what difference it makes, but there are a lot to subscribe to, so it's definitely one for the non-potatoes out there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. And if you've not caught Monday's Flowscape, yeah, there's a little quiz on there at the moment. I'm giving away a free copy of Flowscape to one lucky person this week, so make sure you watch that. Anyway, that's it. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome, and I'll see you very, very soon.